Commodus, born Lucius Aurelius Commodus on August 31, 161 AD, was the son of Marcus Aurelius and Faustina the Younger. His birth brought great hope to the ruling family, as he was the first male heir born to an emperor in several generations. He had a twin brother, Titus Aurelius Fulvus Antoninus, who died in infancy, and several other siblings, most of whom did not survive to adulthood. Commodus's early life was characterized by an intensive education under the tutelage of renowned philosophers and tutors, including the esteemed Fronto. This education was meant to prepare him for his future role as emperor, instilling in him the Stoic principles his father held dear. However, unlike his philosophical and diligent father, Commodus showed little interest in the rigorous studies and responsibilities of governance. In 177 AD, at the age of 16, Commodus was elevated to the position of co-emperor, a move orchestrated by Marcus Aurelius to ensure a smooth succession. This decision was driven by a desire for stability within the empire, avoiding the potential conflicts that had plagued earlier successions. As co-emperor, Commodus accompanied his father on military campaigns and observed the complexities of leadership firsthand. Despite this experience, he did not develop the same sense of duty and commitment as his father. Marcus Aurelius's death in 180 AD marked the beginning of Commodus's sole rule. The transition of power was smooth, but it soon became evident that Commodus was not his father's successor in spirit or ability. His reign quickly diverged from the philosophical and principled rule of Marcus Aurelius. Commodus's reign can be divided into distinct phases, each characterized by different aspects of his rule. In the initial years, Commodus attempted to maintain the stability and policies established by his father. He continued the campaigns against the Germanic tribes, securing a peace that allowed him to return to Rome. Upon his return, he celebrated a grand triumph, highlighting his military achievements and consolidating his popularity among the people and the army. As Commodus grew more confident in his power, he began to distance himself from the responsibilities of governance, indulging in personal pleasures and entertainment. He entrusted the administration to a series of unscrupulous advisors and freedmen. These individuals manipulated the emperor and engaged in widespread corruption, further destabilizing the government. Commodus's disinterest in governance was paralleled by his increasing obsession with his image and personal glorification. He adopted the persona of Hercules, often appearing in public dressed as the demigod and participating in gladiatorial combats. These actions, unprecedented for a Roman emperor, were met with both fascination and disdain by the Roman populace and elite. The later years of Commodus's reign were marked by increasing instability and despotism. The administration was plagued by corruption, and the emperor's erratic behavior exacerbated the empire's problems. He renamed Rome to Colonia Commodiana, reflecting his megalomaniacal tendencies, and ordered the construction of numerous statues and monuments in his honor. The economic situation deteriorated as Commodus lavished wealth on extravagant games and spectacles. His participation in gladiatorial contests, while popular among the masses, drained the imperial treasury and undermined his credibility among the senatorial class. The growing discontent culminated in several conspiracies against his life, including one led by his sister Lucilla in 182 AD, which was swiftly crushed. The culmination of Commodus's tyrannical rule came on December 31, 192 AD. A conspiracy involving his chamberlain Eclectus, his mistress Marcia, and the Praetorian prefect Latus succeeded in assassinating him. He was strangled to death by the wrestler Narcissus, ending his controversial reign. Following his death, the Senate moved quickly to condemn his memory, issuing a damnatio memoriae. His statues were destroyed, his name was erased from inscriptions, and efforts were made to restore the honor and stability of the empire. However, Commodus's assassination led to a year of civil strife, known as the Year of the Five Emperors, reflecting the deep-seated issues within the Roman political system that his reign had exacerbated. Commodus's legacy is predominantly negative, overshadowed by his erratic behavior, despotism, and the stark contrast with his father's reign. Ancient historians like Cassius Dio and Herodian depicted him as a capricious and inept ruler whose actions led to the decline of the Roman Empire's stability and prosperity. Modern historians view his reign as a turning point, marking the transition from the Pax Romana to the more tumultuous period of the late Empire. Despite the negative portrayal, some modern scholars argue that Commodus was a product of his times, dealing with the immense pressures and challenges of ruling a vast and complex empire. His efforts to secure peace and his popularity with the common people highlight a more nuanced aspect of his rule. Commodus's life and reign reflect the complexities and challenges of leadership in ancient Rome. His story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of absolute power and the importance of capable governance. While often remembered for his eccentricities and despotic rule, his impact on Roman history is undeniable, marking the beginning of a period of significant transition and turbulence in the empire.